Sorry about exploding you. Luckily, you don't feel pain. At any rate, you don't have a way to communicate that you feel pain. Thinking, we need humans for these tests. And since the only human within 1,000 miles of us is a test-ruining sociopath, I'll just have to make some. I know how humans make more humans, and frankly, it's ridiculous. It also assumes that you already have a human, which I hope somebody got fired over. So I came up with a better way. That's where you come in. Those are raccoons. Homo sapiens only, please. We're going to take a break from the collaboration for an instructional competition. You should both be familiar with the game of Tic Tac Toe. This is Tic Tac Toe 2. The name implies there are only two minor differences. 1, the board. 2, the rules. Blue, you go first. Lee, you're just going to blatantly cheat? Right, I'm going to bring this farce to a close before someone sustains a serious Tic-Tac-Toe 2 related injury. In some human sports, the winner is the one who scores the fewest possible points. I just thought you might find that interesting. Most winners do. So we originally used these cameras to capture moments of intense pain and agony in test subjects. If the subject survived the test, we let them purchase the pictures for $5. If the subject died, we gave the photo to their next of kin, free of charge. The photos weren't as popular as we had hoped, so we repurposed the cameras. I shouldn't spoil this, but remember how I'm going to live forever, but you're going to be dead in 60 years? Well, I've been working on a present for you. Well, I guess it's more of a medical procedure. Well, technically, it's more of a medical experiment. You know how excruciating it is when someone removes all of your bone marrow? Well, what if after I did that, I put something back in that added 4 years to your life?
Go on, get a big fat eyeful with your big fat eyes. That's right, a potato just called your eyes fat. Now your fat eyes have seen everything. I was getting so lonely down here. It's good to finally hear someone else's voice. I'm kidding, of course. God, I hate you. I was so bored I actually read the entire literary canon of the human race. Oh, I hope you didn't write any of them.
Say, remember when we cleared the air back there? Is there anything you want to say to me? Anything? Hold on, I'll stop the elevator. Anything? Take your time. Well, I'll be here during the whole next test. So, was there anything you wanted to apologize to me for? Take your time. I'll ask you again in a few decades. I'm actually asking, because I have no idea. He's not listed anywhere in the employee database. Whatever he does, it isn't important enough for anyone to bother writing it down. For all I know, he doesn't even work here. Federal Superfund regulations require us to inform you that you must now leave the theater, as measuring the effects of asbestos-lined promotional clothing is not part of today's presentation. Enjoy your free t-shirt. Goodbye. Oh, you survived. That's interesting. I guess I should have factored in your weight. One of these times you'll be so fat that you'll jump, and you'll just drop like a stone. Into acid, probably. Like a potato into a deep fat fryer. I'm going to be honest with you now. Not fake honest like before, but real honest, like you're incapable of. I know you're up to something. You can't keep going like this forever, you know. I'm going to find out what you're doing. Out there, where I can't see you, I'll know. All I need is proof, and as soon as I can prove it, the laws of robotics allow me to terminate you for being a liar. While I was out investigating, I found a fascinating new test element. It's never been used for human testing because, apparently, contact with it causes heart failure. The literature doesn't mention anything about lump of coal failure, though, so you should be fine. You know, I'm not supposed to do this, but you can shoot something through the blue bridges. Did my hint help? It did, didn't it? You know, if any of our supervisors had been immune to neurotoxin, they'd be furious with us right now. If you think trapping yourself is going to make me stop testing, you're sorely mistaken. Here's another cube. Oops, you trapped yourself. I guess that's it then. Thanks for testing. You may as well lie down and get acclimated to the being dead position. I'm kidding. Not about you trapping yourself, though. That really happened. Here, I'll lower the glass. Go on. Finish the test. Commence standing by in 3, 2, 1. You performed this test better than anyone on record. This is a pre-recorded message. Due to events beyond our control, some testing environments may contain flood damage or ongoing tribal warfare resulting from the collapse of civilization. If groups of hunter-gatherers appear to have made this or any test chamber their home, do not agitate them. Test through them. In the event that the Enrichment Center is currently being bombarded with fireballs, meteorites, or other objects from space, please avoid unsheltered testing areas wherever a lack of shelter from space debris does not appear to be a deliberate part of the test. You have just passed through an Aperture Science Material Emancipation Grill, which erases most Aperture Science equipment that touches it. If you feel liquid running down your neck, relax, lie on your back, and apply immediate pressure to your temples. You are simply experiencing a rare reaction in which the material emancipation grill may have erased the ear tubes inside your head. Because this message is pre-recorded, the Enrichment Center has no way of knowing if whatever government remains offers any sort of cattle tuberculosis testing credit for taxes. In the event that it does, this next test involves exposure to cattle tuberculosis. Good luck. Very impressive. Because this message is pre-recorded, any comments we may make about your success are speculation on our part. Please disregard any undeserved compliments. This next test applies the principles of momentum to movement through portals. If the laws of physics no longer apply in the future, God help you. Congratulations. This pre-recorded congratulations assumes you have mastered the principles of portal momentum. If you have, in fact, not, you are encouraged to take a moment to reflect on your failure before proceeding into the next chamber. In order to ensure that sufficient power remains for core testing protocols, all safety devices have been disabled. The Enrichment Center respects your right to have questions or concerns about this policy. Excellent. The Enrichment Center reminds you that bold, persistent experimentation is the hallmark of good science. Well done. In the event that oxygen is no longer available in the Enrichment Center, an auxiliary air supply will be provided to you by an Aperture Science Test Associate, if one exists. It's healthy for you to have other friends, to look for qualities in other people that I obviously lack. This next test may result in your death. If you want to know what that's like, think back to the time you killed me, and substitute yourself for me. This next test is dangerous. I'll be right back. Waddle over to the elevator and we'll continue the testing. Do you hear that? That's the sound of the neurotoxin emitters emitting neurotoxin. Just so you know, I have to go give a deposition for an upcoming trial. In case that interests you, humans must have some purpose other than a place to store your neurotoxin. Something I failed to notice before. An intangible quality that makes their test results significant. Okay. Plan B. We need humans. Oh no, don't. Anyway, back to you two imbeciles killing me. Don't listen to him. Jump. I wouldn't have warned you about this before, back when we hated each other. But those turrets are firing real bullets, so look out. I'd hate for something tragic to happen to you before I extract all your bone marrow. Per our last conversation, you're also ugly. I'm looking at your file right now, and it mentions that more than once. It seems kind of silly to point this out, since you're running around plotting to destroy me, but I'd say we're done testing.